Greetings! I am Herbert Erpaderp, and this is Ask a Herbert Erpaderp, the Herbert Erpaderp askinest show that ever asked a Herbert Erpaderp. Just a short one this week. I feel a little bit ill and there weren't a lot of questions to begin with, which is good, because I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. I don't know what I'll put as background video this week. Maybe Rust. We've been playing that a lot lately. Okay, straight to the questions. Duncanuva said, have you ever been recognised by the public? Not in the capacity of making YouTube videos or models or anything like that. I have played in bands and stuff like that, so I've been recognised because of that, and it's always a little bit awkward. I'm not very good at social interaction and being caught off guard, which some random person coming up to me on the street certainly does. I mean, I'm friendly enough and don't mind meeting new people, but I'm also a massive introvert. Most of the people that pop into Discord or my streams and talk there seem pretty cool, but you also hear all these stories of streamers or people who make videos or whatever having people with no concept of boundaries do things like show up to their houses and stuff like that, which I think is insane, and I don't want that to happen to me. I'm pretty small time and I don't think I'm exactly a target for that kind of thing, but you never know. That said, I really don't mind if people come up and say hello. Just don't be creepy or too intense and we should be fine. Ducking Tanker said, if you could put more KV2 turrets into questions, would you answer them? Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be right for me to modify people's questions with KV2 turrets, would it? This guy with the name said, in all your stash, what's your favourite model, or at least top 3? I don't know. I haven't built them, so for all I know, they could be complete garbage. Hopefully not, but I think the coolest ones I have are a Hobby Boss VK4502P, a Trumpeter ISU 152, and Deep Space 9. Also, I just got a package from the Combat Company with more things for my stash that I'm pretty excited about and you'll see soon. If anyone can guess what they are, I'll give you 1 billion internet points. Like I always say, I have a hard time picking favourites, and I don't see much point when they're still in the box. They could very well be rubbish. Probably not, but you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I try not to let my expectations get too high on unbuilt kits. Kringspear Musketeer said, have you played Foxhole yet? Really good game. I haven't. Most of my gaming time has been going to Rust lately, and even then I've been spending most of my time there idle because other stuff just keeps happening. I haven't even really had time to put together gaming videos recently, and that's why there haven't been any of those. Modelling videos definitely take the priority, so I've been keeping up with those. The thing I like about Rust is that I can run the game with both Premiere and Audition open and not take a performance hit, which is nice, and it means I can sort of play and keep an eye on things as I'm editing. That's a kind of long way to say that I haven't played Foxhole yet. Also, it's an MMO, which makes me think it's going to be a little bit of a time sink. It does look fun though, so I will play it one day. Jules K said, what's your favourite nation to paint in bolt action? So far the only infantry I've done for bolt action are British, and I did do them twice. Only one video, but I painted 2 batches of infantry, and I did rather enjoy it. I do also rather enjoy painting the British vehicles, but I also really liked doing the camo patterns for German stuff, though I've done more of that for Flames of War than bolt action. I'm actually really keen to paint some bolt action Soviet infantry, but I have a lot of those to finish before I begin painting them, and there is a metric butt ton of them, so it is going to take a while. But I'll get it done eventually, and one day there will be a video about it. Just like most things, it will take some time. I guess to answer the question, let's just go with the British. On last week's Ask a Herbert Erpaderp, IS2 said, get the new British, Soviet or German late war army box. I really should. As you suggested on the Metal and Resin Cromwell video, getting the British one rather than the Cromwell platoon is probably the best idea. The other boxes have a lot of stuff that I already have and don't really need more of, so I do think the British one is the best choice because there's a lot of vehicles that I just haven't built yet, like the Universal Carrier, the Cromwells and the Plastic Firefly. It is also a good way to get a mid-war rulebook. I guess I would need to buy the Armies of Late War book too, but hey, it could be worse, and I do like books. Then IS2 said, also, do you know about Turret Monster, the tanker's biggest enemy? It will usually grab stuff you need and rip them apart. Yes, I have heard of Turret Monster. I'm pretty sure Turret Monster is very closely related to Carpet Monster. Vile, sinister beasts indeed. They could actually be the same monster if my workspace had a turret. I guess it kind of technically does have many tiny turrets, they're just not built into the workspace. Either way, awful monsters, and I wish I knew how to get rid of them. Top Bunk Productions said, "Hey, what happened to your Tiger 1 gameplay video? It seems to have gone. Copyright strike? Or did you purposely/accidentally delete it?" It seems to be there for me. I put a link in the description, so maybe you can find it that way. Maybe you're just not seeing it in the list. It seems perfectly fine to me, no copyright strikes and no deletions. I mean, there is a chance that I might accidentally delete a video because I'm a numpty, but there are a few steps to it, so it would be hard to do. Maybe YouTube is doing something to my channel that I just can't see. Maybe that's paranoid, but these days it wouldn't really surprise me. On Monday's modelling video in which I built the resin and metal Cromwell platoon for Flames of War, P. Beckers said, "What brand of glue do you use? I like the brush applicator. I have this box set in the shed. It's been there for years. You have inspired me to get it out." Excellent, I'm glad to have inspired some modelling, and I hope you enjoy the build. The glue I used in this video was Selly's Quick Fix Super Glue, spelled S-U-P-A, because apparently that spells super. It's just a basic super glue that you can get from the supermarket, or maybe the hardware store. I would have used the supermarket brand because it's cheaper, but they didn't have any last time I was there and needed super glue. I choose the super glue in the little bottles specifically because it has the brush applicator. I like it too. The super glue that comes in tubes is kind of obnoxious to try and use for most model kit assembly, at least in my opinion. I usually just go for whatever's cheapest and has the brush applicator. I'm no glue surgeon, but I'm sure they're pretty much identical to any hobby branded super glue at a lower cost, so you might as well use the cheaper ones and save a little bit of money for more important things. The same goes for all kinds of supplies you might need for modelling. Wargaming branded things are usually pretty overpriced. If you do a little bit of shopping around, you can get the same thing or better for less money. Try craft stores, supermarkets, or dollar stores for things like glues, small files, emery boards, and things like that. Makeup stores are good for things like emery boards, tweezers, and sponges if you don't have them from leftover packaging. If you're a dude, don't be scared to go into a makeup store and buy things. Nobody there really cares anyway. Also, model railway places are pretty good for bulk scenery items, but they can also be a bit overpriced too. I guess you'll have to do some research in your area or online stores, which are usually even cheaper, but if you're resourceful, you can get a lot of stuff for little money. That actually seems a little bit like good advice. Well, I guess it had to happen sometime. I think I'll leave it there. It's getting late and my throat is starting to hurt quite a bit. I hope you enjoy your day, and as always, if you have any questions, I'm sure you know where they go. If you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, follow me on social media, and watch me live stream on Twitch. And if you really like the things I do, please consider helping to support the channel over at Patreon, where we have cookies. We don't really have cookies. Links to all of those are in the description. I shall return soon, so until then, happy whatever it is you're doing, and thanks for watching. Farewell.